friends, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk with Todd here at Todd Beebe Music. Thank you all so much for checking in and joining me today. Please hit that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. I appreciate it. Find me on Facebook at Todd Beebe Music. Today we have another awesome guitar review. This is a Gibson Les Paul Classic 2023 model. This is a brand new guitar. It's still got the sticker on the pick guard, the clear coat there. This is brand new. The word is that Gibson is no longer making the Les Paul Classic as of right now. This is being recorded in late 2023. This is a model from earlier in the year, and supposedly they are done making it for now. Is that something to worry about? Should you rush out and spend every cent you have to get a classic? No, there's so many of them out there, you won't have trouble finding one anyways, and this has happened before with Gibson. The Classic has kind of come and gone. You can bet that they will reissue it again in another couple of years, and it'll have different features on it. The features on this one are pretty cool. We're going to go over those today. The original Les Paul Classic was introduced in 1990, I believe, and those early ones were aimed at the classic years. And check out, I'll put my link below, my review of the 2001 model that we had in here that was a classic model and had the 1960 on the pick guard, and that had the slim taper neck, which this still does, but it was kind of aimed at that 1960 model and the slim taper 60s style neck versus like the 50s style. And that was their big thing for years with the Classic, and all the controls and everything were pretty basic, like what you'd have on an original 1960 Gibson Les Paul. Well, this one is not like that, except for, like I said, it does have the 60s style slim taper neck, 9-hole weight relief that Gibson did on this one, 61 burst buckers, T and R, treble and rhythm going on here. So we got in the neck and the bridge with the exposed zebra coils. They've been doing this for a while on the Classic now as of 2023, and that just looks really cool. I would bet, they'll try something different and maybe go back to the all black but just exposed coils that they used to do. Like I said, if you check out that 2001 model we had in here, the review on that, that's the humbuckers that are in that. Pickups sound great. They did a great job with this. This is definitely what you would consider newer Gibson, because it came out earlier this year, and it's not even a year old yet. And honestly, I have nothing but great things to say about this guitar. I've been playing on it, checking it out the last few days before this review, and you can do some really cool things with this guitar. We're going to check it out in the case like we always do more as well. Just looking real quick here, we've got the Gibson Mother of Pearl logo on the headstock, Grover Rotomatic tuners, silkscreen Les Paul logo, Classic on the truss rod cover, rosewood fingerboards with acrylic trapezoid inlays, 9-hole weight relief here, mahogany body, maple top, solid mahogany neck, and like we said, we've got the burst bucker 61s here for the pickups, ABR1 for our tunematic bridge, and stop bar tailpiece, both those in nickel. And I've got the labeled 2-volume, 2-tone controls there, and these have the push-pull pots on them with the Gibson Quick Connect. A lot of people you'll find things online where people are a little bit skeptical about the Quick Connect stuff. People expect I would be, because I kind of lean more toward the traditional stuff. But to be honest with you, like I said, I love this guitar. I have nothing but great things to say about it. And to me, at the end of the day, it's how does it feel and how does it sound. Looks, yeah, that's too, but that's kind of at the tail end of the line for me. If it sounds great and it plays great, even if it's a real ugly guitar, I'll still take it out and play it somewhere just because I've been so in love with how it sounds and how it feels when I play it. But that being said, this thing sounds awesome. Just nice rich tones out of this. So to me, because that's the quick connect push-pull pots going on here, I have no problem with that at all. It serves its purpose, and when I'm playing and on stage or whatever, or wherever I'm playing this, in a studio or whatever, does that really matter? Well, it's got the quick connect. Who cares? If it's giving you the sound you want, done, game over. That's my opinion on that anyway. But to just go over those real quick, humbucking pickups, of course. So on the neck pickup here, which would be this control, that's obviously straight volume. But then if I pull this up, it's going to now turn that into single coil mode. If I push it back into double coil humbucker. Back to single coil. And the exact same thing on the bridge pickup when I'm down like I am right now. That's humbucking mode, double coil. When I go up, now you can hear that classic hum. We're into single coil mode. Back to double coil humbucker. So that's a pretty cool feature, the coil taps. I mean, you gotta love that. You get such a wide variety of sounds. Everything's done, you know, tone-wise here with these two, just like you would traditionally on a Les Paul setup. But in the middle position here, I can pull up on my tone control for the neck pickup. And when I'm in middle position, it gives me out of phase. So here's regular sound. Here's out of phase. Back to regular. So that definitely gives it more of a quack. Let's go with that word. It's got a quack to it. You can hear that out of phase. Really cool. This pulling up on the bridge tone control pretty much just takes it into what they call true bypass mode. So everything is just full on coming out of the bridge pickup. When I activate this and pull this up, nothing else works. Volume doesn't work on anything. None of the selections work with the selector switch. Nothing. All I have going on, even this doesn't work. All I have full on is just full power going directly to the bridge pickup. So kind of to be honest with you, that's probably the feature I use the least. I haven't used it at all since now when I just demonstrated it. Because to me, if you've got everything full on anyway, like right here, onto the bridge pickup, and I've got the bridge pickup selected, how is this any different? I'm not really hearing a difference. So, but you know, hey, if it works for you, that's all that matters. So you can get quite the tonal palette here with these 4 knobs. I remember seeing a clip a while back of, I believe it was Mark Agnesi from Gibson that was talking about, you know, think of this as like a 70s Les Paul that, you know, somebody, or an older Les Paul that someone tricked out in the 70s, which happened a lot. So you've got all these different options. And that's kind of a cool way to think of it. I think he was right. And it just gives you something different. Like I said, honestly, a lot of people are shocked that I would like this, because usually I'm just 2-volume, 2-tone, let's do this. Or, as you know, if you watch this show regularly, my favorite 54, you know, styles, or whatever you want to call them, junior styles, with just the stop bar, no two-pneumatic bridge, string it up and go. That's still my favorite. But if we're going to go control-wise, I don't usually like a lot of coil taps and all that type of thing. But I am really digging this classic. Really, really, really cool guitar, and does a lot of different things. Like I said, we can go into single coil mode here on the neck pickup. And then go back into double coil humbucker. Let's kind of clean it up here, so you can hear a little bit more of what this will do in a cleaner setting, so it's not quite so distorted. So clean wise, here is double coil humbucker. Okay, then here is single coil. Back to humbucking. Let's do the same thing on the bridge pickup. This is humbucking, double coil. Single coil. And then let's go out of phase. Yeah, so there's some cool stuff you can do with all the features on there. Very, very, very cool guitar. I'm really digging this one. Let's check her out and get some close-ups in the case like we always do. Let's do that right now, as a matter of fact. On the now discontinued Gibson Les Paul Classic 2023 edition here in translucent cherry. Check it out in the case. Here we go. Okay, here is the case for the 2023 Gibson Les Paul Classic in translucent cherry. This is the modern style case with these new types of latches on here. I actually really dig these cases. I think Gibson has done a great job with these. I like these a lot. The latches, the handle. I've got nothing but great things to say about these newer cases from Gibson. They've been using these for the last couple of years now. I've just got the big Gibson logo on there, and they do a heck of a job, and I really like these cases. So good stuff to see. Let's open her up here. So there she is. Like I said, the inside of the case got the nice padding in here, and they just do a heck of a job with these. So I hope the cases stay this way for a while. I'm really digging these. All right, so let's get right in here. Typical stuff on a Les Paul Classic, rhythm treble, 3-way toggle. There's those exposed zebra coil, 61 T and R, rhythm and treble. Humbuckers that we got going on here with the exposed coils. These just sound great. EBR1 with the Allen wrench ability to adjust this. That's pretty cool. They've started doing that. I always just use the thumb wheel, which you can do traditionally too, but now you can actually pop an Allen wrench in the top of those on both sides to raise or lower it. So that's kind of a new option they've gone with the last few years too. Stop bar tailpiece. We've got our labeled volume and tone knobs here. Like we said, these are coil taps. So let me kind of get down here. As you can see, that, pulls up or down, and that function goes on all of these. And we were going through those earlier with, what the different functions were. So definitely check those out and use the tonal palette there. It's gives you a lot of options. Translucent cherry is a very cool color. If you kind of get in the light here, you can see the wood grain faintly in there. So that's a really cool color. You can never go wrong with red. That just looks awesome on a Les Paul. I got the rosewood fingerboard with the acrylic trapezoid inlays there going up the neck. And like I said, Gibson's doing a heck of a job with this 2023. I've got really nothing but great things to say here. Graph Tech nut on there that's self-lubricating. That's something they've started using in recent years too, and that nut just does a heck of a job. And there's the classic headstock with classic on the truss rod cover, Gibson Les Paul model, silk screen there, and mother of pearl Gibson logo. All right, let's flip this over, take a look at the back. Okay, so there's the Made in USA stamp there, right in between those Grover Rotomatic tuners. Obviously, we've had tons of guitars with Grovers on this show, and you can never go wrong. Guaranteed for life. Those tuners will last a lifetime. You can never go wrong with Grovers. Solid mahogany neck there. Going down to the chambered mahogany body, or 9-hole weight relief, I should say. That makes this, a little bit lighter, so it's not quite as much of a backbreaker. There's our control cavity for the 3-way toggle and our control cavity for the 2-volume 2-tone. So just looking cool there with that translucent cherry on the back. Extra wide strap buttons there that Gibson's been using for a while, so that'll really help your strap stay on. But as always, we are powered by Strap Tight on this show. Stop altering your guitars, stop dropping your guitars, throw on a Strap Tight and you are done. So we always use Strap Tight on all of our guitars on this show, as you will see me doing when I take this for a test drive here in a second. All right, let's flip this over and get a look at the output jack. Okay, chrome cover there on the output jack, just matching perfectly. And there's the other extra wide strap button. Like I said, 2023, I got nothing but great things to say about this guitar. The quality control and everything at Gibson is just spot on. This is just great to see. I have nothing but great things to say about this guitar. Okay, so here's a few things you get as far as case candy. You get the Gibson multi-tool. They've been giving these out for a while now. That has your Allen wrenches and truss rod key and everything you need for adjusting the neck. A Gibson strap, and then there's your birth picture that some of the guitar distributors are known to include. That's kind of just a cool thing to have of how it came out of the factory. All right, so let's just get one more full on in the case shot here of this, the 2023 Gibson Les Paul Classic and Translucent Cherry, now discontinued. But have no fear, the Les Paul Classic line, I'm sure, will come back around here in some form very soon. Okay, so there is the Gibson Les Paul Classic and Translucent Cherry 2023. let's take her for a test drive. What I'm going to try to do, maybe not on the slide stuff, or I'm going to do like a slower country tune. I'm probably not going to do it there either, but I'm going to play a full-on rock tune and just kind of let everything full-on rip here, and you'll kind of see me as we're going. I'm going to try to pull out the controls and switch back and forth between single coil and humbucking modes with these coil taps, just to kind of get a little bit of a different tonal palette here while we're doing a demonstration. So check it out. Here we go. Okay, so there is the 2023 Gibson Les Paul Classic in translucent cherry, no longer being made supposedly. But like I said, don't rush out and empty the bank to get one if you've been wanting a classic. First of all, they're not that hard to find. They're out there. They've been making tons and tons and tons of these for years. And this whole stop production, it's not going to be around thing has happened before. I remember years back, going over 20 years ago now, walking into a big chain guitar place and just looking at classics. And I remember that was one of the lines that the sales guy was giving me when he saw me staring at it. Yeah, they're not going to be making the classics anymore next year. You better grab one. And like the following year, they came right back. So, don't worry about it, but I just find it interesting that they're not making them as of right now, and I guess probably into 2024. After that, we'll kind of see what they come up with, but you can bet the classic will be back. It's been around for years in the Gibson line, and honestly, I always tell people bang for the buck, which is a term I like to use a lot. The Gibson Les Paul Studio, I'm still going to say, is a number one if you're just wanting a Les Paul and you're not worried about all the bling and the extra cosmetic appeal, the binding and all that. Go with the Les Paul Studio. If you are worried about that, go with the Gibson Les Paul Classic. Right now, its two biggest competitors in 2023 would be the Gibson Les Paul Modern and the Gibson Les Paul Standard, which of course has been around for years too. And both the Modern and the Standard in 2023 cost more than the Classic did. The Classic has always been like the bottom of the list price-wise, and a lot of people have always said, you know, why? Why is it cheaper? What? And honestly, I can't really give you an answer. Besides popularity, I guess most people, the Les Paul Standard, they want to go and get that if they're, but hey, get a Classic. It's got everything on it. The binding, this is a full-on Les Paul, make no mistake. And, again, it's kind of surprising, I guess, to a lot of people that I would like it being all tricked out with the coil taps and stuff, but, the older ones, like I said, they came out in 1990 all the way through the 90s into the early 2000s and whatnot. That's kind of what the Les Paul Classic was a throwback to the 1960 model. Like I said, those back then even had the 1960 on the pickguard. Again, check out the link below. I will put for the one that we had in. That's a 2001 model of the 1960 edition of the Classic. So that's what those kind of all were. Tons and tons of those out there. You could still find tons and tons of them on the used market. So why not put out something a little bit different like this that's kind of tricked out with the coil taps and stuff. It's pretty cool to fool around with and check out. So thanks so much for checking in today, everyone. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you want a classic? Have you had a classic? Do you currently own one? Maybe like this model, the 2023 versus one of the older ones. Have you compared them? What do you think of the differences of the two? Let me know. Comment below. Please hit that subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner and help me get my subscribers up. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you that are on board with me. So thank you so much for that. Find me on Facebook at Todd Beebe Music, and we will see you all again. Thank you so much. Stay safe and love your dogs. Take care.